Hello students, so I welcome you all to the lecture series of physics. As you know, we have started our chapter number 2, that is units and measurement, and in the previous lecture we have discussed about the significant figures and the rules of arithmetic operations using the concept of significant figures. Now it's a time to see the more detailed analysis of dimension. In the previous lecture we have also discussed about the dimensional analysis. Now it's a time to see the application. As you know, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the first application of dimensional analysis is when we are moving from one system of unit to the another system of units. So let's start this lecture with some question based on that, along with more applications of dimensional analysis. Now the first question reads as: in a given system of units, 1 unit of mass is 2 kg, 1 unit of length is 5 meter and 1 unit of time is 5 seconds. Then in this system 1 Newton represents. 4 options are given to you, so that's why the MCQ question you can attempt. Now you can clearly see there are confusing options given to you, so it is very easy that you get a mistake over here. So you need to be very careful while solving the MCQ based on the dimensional analysis. So let's try to solve this question. Now you know one thing, that N1 U1 is simply equal to N2 U2, and the dimension of a physical quantity do not change with the change in system of units. So I have two different units. I have the first system as the SI unit and the another system as an unknown unit. So in this I can write down that 1 Newton is a unit of force. So if I want to write down the dimension of force, it should be MLT minus 2. I hope this is very clear to you. From this I can clearly see A value is 1, B value is 1 and C value is minus 2. And now on the basis of this I can find out the N2 value, which is N1 times M1 by M2 to the power A, then L1 by L2 to the power B, and T1 by T2 to the power C. And in this case the N1 system is the SI system. So I have the SI system and then we have the unknown system of units. Now in this I am given as N1 as 1. N2 value we need to calculate. Here the M1 is 1 kilogram. Now in the another system, as per the question, 1 unit of mass is 2 kilogram. So I can write M2 is simply 2 kilogram. Now in SI system L1 is 1 meter. In the another system L2, as per the question, is given to be 5 meter. So here I can write down 5 meter. Now time here is 1 second and time in the another system of unit is actually given as 5 seconds. So I can label this as 5 seconds. So let's put all the data in the formula that we have and then we can find out. So we have N2 is equal to N1 times M1 by M2, so this is 1 by 2 whole to the power A. Then we have L1 by L2, so this is 1 by 5 to the power B, and then 1 by 5 to the power C. And then I can substitute the value of A, B and C. So N2 is N1 times. Now tell me what is the value of A? A is 1, B is 1, C is minus 2. So this is 1 by 2 to the power 1. This is 1 by 5 to the power 1 and this is 1 by 5 to the power minus 2. So N2 value is, N1 value is 1, we know one thing. And then it is 1 by 2 multiplied with 1 by 5 and multiplied with 5 into 5. And if you solve it up, 5 will cancel with this 5 and we are left with the N2 value is 5 by 2. So ultimately what do we have? 1 Newton is simply 5 by 2 unit of force in the new system. Because we don't know what is the name of the new unit which is being used in the new system of units, that's why 1 Newton is 5 by 2 times unit of force. So tell me which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct answer for this question. So let's see another application. Next question says, in SI system, the magnitude of pressure is 50 Newton per meter square. In another system, where the fundamental physical quantities are kilogram, meter and minute, find the magnitude of pressure. Now, moving on the same pattern, we have dimensions of pressure is actually the dimensions of force divided by dimension of area. Now dimension of force are mLT minus 2 divided by L square, and if I solve it up, dimensions of pressure will come out to be mL minus 1 T minus 2. So simply I have A value as 1, B value as minus 1 and C value as minus 2. I hope this is clear to you. Now the first system given to is SI system, so I can bifurcate it over here. The first system is SI system, another is the unknown system that we have. Now in the first system, N1 value is given as 50, here N2 value we need to calculate. Here in the SI system, M1 is 1 kilogram, L1 is 1 meter, T1 is 1 second, and here in the another system, the M2 value is labeled as 1 kilogram. The L2 value is labeled as 1 meter, but T2 value is taken as 1 minute. Now there is a difference in the system of units. So let's apply the formula that we have. We have N2 is equal to N1 times M1 by M2 to the power A, then L1 by L2 to the power B, then T1 by T2 to the power C. And we can substitute all the values. N2 is equal to N1 is 50, then M1 by M2 it is 1, so 1 to the power A, then 1 meter, so this is 1 to the power B, and then T1 by T2, now T1 is 1 second, T2 is 1 minute, so this is 1 by 60 to the power C. Now, as per the data, A value is 1, B value is minus 1, C value is minus 2, so I can put over here. So N2 is simply 50 into 1 to the power 1, 1 to the power minus 1 multiplied with 1 by 60 to the power minus 2. And this is going to give me N2 value is simply 50 into 60 into 60. And this N2 you can calculate, this will come out to be 5 into 6 is 30, 3 into 6 is 180. So this is 180 and 000. So this is the new number in the new unit system that we want to calculate. So ultimately what do we have? We can write down 50 Newton per meter square is simply equal to 180000 units of pressure. Because this is a new system of units, so we don't know what is the name of unit. So 50 Newton per meter square is equal to 1,80,000 units of pressure in the new system of units. I hope the question is very clear to you. Let us understand that how you can find out the numerical value when one system of unit is being transiting to the another system of units. So let's move on to the next application, and the most important application of dimensional analysis is to check the dimensional consistency of a physical relation. Now, to check the dimensional consistency of a given physical relation. So what is going to happen in this? Let's suppose I am going to write down the mechanical energy of an object. So mechanical energy of a system E is being labeled as sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So kinetic energy is half mv square, potential energy is mgh. Now this is a physical relation that we have. Now sometimes we need to check the consistency that this is dimensionally correct or not. So in order to check the dimensional consistency of this relation, let's find out the dimension of each factor. So the dimension of energy we know is ml square t minus 2. Then dimension of half mv square we can find out. Now half is a constant, it will not have any dimension. Then it will have dimension of mass and square of the dimension of velocity. So this is lt minus 1 and square. So this will give me ml square t minus 2. Now on the same basis we can find out the dimensions of mgh, and that is dimensions of m. Now tell me, what is the dimension of acceleration due to gravity? It is the acceleration due to gravity, so obviously it will have the dimension of acceleration, that is Lt minus 2. And height is a length factor, so it will have a dimension of L. So this is simply m L square T minus 2. So as you can clearly see, this has dimension of ml square T minus 2. Kinetic energy also has the same dimension, ml square T minus 2, and mgh also has the same dimension. So this is actually an application of principle of homogeneity, that whenever we have a physical relationship, now this is the application of the principle of homogeneity, which says whenever we have a physical relation in this sense, then every factor must have the same dimension set, and you can check the consistency of that equation. Now you might be wondering that if a physical relation is valid, then it should be dimensionally correct. But is the vice versa true? No. It is not true always. If a relation is dimensionally correct, it cannot be said that it should be physically correct as well. How to check that? Let's proceed. Now, we have a situation that every correct mathematical formula will always follow the principle of dimensional homogeneity, but the inverse is not true. Let the time period of oscillation of a simple pendulum is given by t is equal to 4 pi root under L by g. You might be wondering, you have seen the formulas like time period is 2 pi root under L by g. So that is the crux over here. I am taking a false formula but checking it dimensionally. If it comes out to be dimensionally correct, we cannot be sure about its physical validity. So let's try to find out the dimensional analysis of this. Now tell me, the dimension of t will be obviously t in the square bracket. This is the left hand side. Now what about the right hand side? In the right hand side we have the dimensions of L as length, dimension of g as Lt minus 2, and this whole thing is having a power of half. So the dimensions of LHS and RHS we have calculated. So dimension of RHS will come out to be, this will simply L and L will cancel, this would be t square to the power half, and this would be dimension of time. So simply the dimension of left hand side and dimension of right hand side are equal. So this equation is dimensionally correct. This equation is dimensionally correct because LHS dimension is equal to the dimension of RHS. But the real relation we can write, but the real relation is time period is equal to 2 pi root under L by g. So this is the real formula that we have. So we can say that whenever a formula is not dimensionally correct, then it will not be physically valid. But if a formula is dimensionally valid, then it may or may not be physically correct. I hope the idea of dimensional consistency of a formula is very clear to you. So that's all in the segment. In the next segment, we are going to solve question based on that, along with much more applications of dimensional analysis.